Alright. What time is it, everybody? Yo. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the stream. My name is Ken. Oh, sorry. I just came back from praying, so I had some dots on my head. But my name is Ken, and I'm the host of the Iguanas Tahab. And yes, shout out to Karen. Shout out to everybody. Uh, my name is Ken, and I'm the host of the Iguanas Tahab. And today we're going to be reading some Class A documents. Yes, I'm so excited. I am so excited indeed to host the Class A documents. Shout out to Karen, shout out to Karen, shout out to Karen, shout out to Karen, shout out to Karen. Haha, indeed, Ski. But hold up. I think I just dropped something. Hold up. Yeah, okay. Hey, say that one more time, you're getting muted. But yeah. Boop. Anyways, yeah, guys, welcome to the stream. My name is Ken. I am the host of the Iguanas Tahab. Browsing random live streams at 3 a.m. That's the best time to do this. That's the best time to watch this stuff, brother or sister. That's the best time to watch this stuff, honestly. Yeah. We are here reading some Class A documents of the Astrum Argentum, or the AA Spiritual Order. We hope to basically give you guys like the most optimal and coolest experience possible. But yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We have finally set ourselves up. It always takes us like almost like 10 or so minutes to set ourselves up for the stream, but I always put myself around every here and there. But yeah, welcome to the stream. My name is Ken, the host of Iguanas Tahab. Today we're gonna be reading Libra 65. We're gonna be reading the Tao Te Ching, and we're gonna be reading the Vision and the Voice, all within a span of, I want to say, 5.5 to 6 hours, guys. So get cozy, get comfortable, get lit, because we're gonna do this, guys. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun today, hopefully. I got all the components that I need to have today be a good day. So hopefully I can get it all together. But yeah, I'm going to just make myself a home. Maximum brightness. Let's see. There we go. So we're gonna start off with Libra 60. Actually, we're gonna start off with a poll. We're gonna make a poll in the chat, guys, and we're gonna see if you guys wanna, which one you guys wanna start with. Hold up. We're gonna start with a poll. Okay. Which Class A document do you want to start off with? Class A document 1. Class A document 1. Either Libra 65 or the Tao Te Ching. Libra 65. Either Libra 65 or Tao Te Alright guys, so we just posted a poll and the thing. So which Class A document are we gonna read first? But welcome to any new people watching the stream. We're gonna basically be reading Class A documents from the AA or the Astrum Argentum. And yeah. Whoa. Okay, hey, welcome everybody to the stream. Welcome all new viewers to the stream. To anybody who just started watching, I would really appreciate if you guys answered the poll in the chat. To get the stream started. This is just the first 10 minutes of the stream. So we're just waiting, we're just basking, we're just starting, we're just ruminating, and we're just like basically kickstarting up the energy and the process of things. But usually the first 10 minutes are kind of like a bit rough, but yeah. Aha, let's see. Oh, hey! Hey, Green Giant. I guess we're gonna read the Tao Te Ching first, guys. But, yeah, we're gonna read the Tao Te Ching first, hi guys, if you don't mind me. We are gonna read the Tao Te Ching. So, some background information about the Tao Te Ching, guys. The Tao Te Ching is the base scripture for the Taoist faith. Green Giant, this is a clean cut version of the Tao Te Ching, Green Giant. This is a clean cut version of it. It's not a version that's been like tampered with by commentary or by input or by like rigid translations and stuff like that. It's a clean cut commentary, I think, of the Tao Te Ching. But here, let me just, there we go. I am Canadian, thank you very much. Thank you. But yeah, we're gonna start the stream now. So we're gonna start the stream by reading the introduction to the Tao Te Ching. Yeah, positive vibes only. Positive vibes only indeed. Oh, hey, welcome to the stream, Jim. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're gonna be reading Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. We're gonna read the Stephen Mitchell translation. That is the most clear-cut translation I think I could have gotten of the Tao Te Ching possible. But yeah, we're gonna read the introduction, okay? The Tao Te Ching, pronounced more or less Tao De Jing, can be translated as the Book of the Eminence of the Way, or the Book of the Way and how it manifests itself in the world, or simply the Book of the Way. Since it is already well known by its Chinese title, I have let that stand. About Lao Tzu's author, there is practically nothing to be said. He may have been an older contemporary of Confucius and may have held the position of an archive keeper in one of the petty kingdoms of the time. But all the information that has come down to us is highly suspect. Even the meaning of his name is uncertain. The most likely interpretations, the old master, or more picturesquely, the old boy. Like an Iroquois woodman, he left no traces. All he left us is this book, the classic manual on the art of living, written in a style of gem-like lucidity, radiant, with humor and grace and large-heartedness and deep wisdom, one of the wonders of the world. People usually think of Lao Tzu as a hermit, a dropout from society, dwelling serenely in some mountain hut. Hey, welcome to the stream. We're reading the Tao Te Ching. We're reading the Tao Te Ching. Well, I'm blending in with the background. Yeah, we're reading the Tao Te Ching. Welcome to the stream. Oh wow, 6 people. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. We're reading the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. We're gonna be reading all of the Class A documents and the Astrum Argentum today. But yeah. People usually think of Lao Tzu, the author of the Tao Te Ching, as a hermit, a dropout from society, dwelling serenely in some mountain hut, unvisited except perhaps by the occasional traveler arriving from a 60s joke to ask, what is the meaning of life? But it's clear from his teachings that he deeply cared about society. If society meant the welfare of one's fellow human being, his book is, among other things, a treatise on the art of government, whether of a country or of a child. The misperception may arise from its instance as wei wu wei, literally doing not doing, which has become seen as passivity. Nothing could be further from the truth. A good athlete can enter a state of body awareness in which the right stroke of the right movement happens by itself, effortlessly without any interference of the consciousness will. This is the paradigm for non-action, the purest and most effective form of action. The game plays the game, the poem writes the poem, we can't tell the dancer from the dance. Less and less do you need to force things until you finally arrive at non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Nothing is done because the doer has wholeheartedly vanished into the deed. The fuel has been completely transformed into the flame that is nothing, that this nothing is in fact everything. It happens when we trust the intelligence of the universe in the same way that an athlete or a dancer trusts the superior intelligence of the body. Hence, Lao Tzu's emphasis on softness. Softness means the opposite of rigidity, and is synonymous with suppleness, adaptability, endurance. Anyone who sees a Tai Chi or Aikido master doing not doing will see how powerful this softness is. Lao Tzu's central figure is a man or a woman whose life is in perfect harmony with the way things are. This is not an idea, it is a reality. I have seen it. The master has mastered nature, not in the sense of conquering it, but of becoming in it, surrounding these two, and surrendering to the Tao, and giving up all concepts, judgments, and desires. Her mind has grown naturally compassionate. She finds deep in her own experience the central truths of the art of living, which are paradoxical only on the surface, but the more true solitary we are, the more compassionate we can be, the more we can let go of what we love, the more present our love becomes, the clearer our insight is what is beyond good and evil, and the more we can embody the good, until finally she is able to say in all humility, I am the Tao, the truth, the life. The teaching of the Tao Te Ching is moral in the deepest sense. Unencumbered by any concept of sin, the master doesn't see evil as a force to resist, but simply as an opaqueness, a state of self-absorption which is in disharmony with the universal process, so that, as with a dirty window, the light can't shine through. This freedom from moral categories allows him for great compassion for the wicked and the selfish. The reader will notice that in many passages where Lao Tzu describes the master, I have used the pronoun she as at least as often as he. But Chinese language doesn't make this kind of distinction, and English we have to choose. But since we are all potentially the master, I felt it would be untrue to present a male archetype as other versions have ironically done. Ironically, because of all the great world religions, the teachings of Lao Tzu is by far the most female. Of course, you should feel free throughout the book to substitute he for she or vice versa. As to mention, I work from Paracelsus's little version, which provides English equivalents alongside the Chinese ideograms. I also consulted dozens of translations into English, German, and French. With great poetry, the Friese translation is sometimes most faithful, which we must try it's efficient as an English poem, Dr. Johnson said. If I haven't always translated Lao Tzu's words, my intentions have always been to translate his mind. Alright guys, we're gonna start the Tao Te Ching. Ready? Chapter 1. The Tao that can be told. is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The unnameable is the eternally real. Naming is the origin of all particular things. Free from desire, you realize the mystery. Caught in desire, you see only the manifestations. Yet mystery and manifestations arise from the same source. The source is called darkness. Darkness within darkness, the gateway to all understanding. Chapter 2. When people see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things become bad. Being and non-being create each other. Difficult and easy support each other. Long and short define each other. High and low depend on each other. And before and after follow each other. Therefore, the master acts without doing anything and teaches without saying anything. Things arise and she lets them come. Things disappear and she lets them go. She has but doesn't possess, acts but doesn't expect. When her work is done, she forgets it. That's why it lasts forever. If you overesteem great men, people become powerless. If you overvalue possessions, people begin to steal. Excuse me. The master leads by emptying people's minds and filling their cores by weakening their ambition and toughening their resolve. He helps people lose everything they know, everything they desire, and creates confusion in those who think that they know. Practice not doing, and everything will fall into place. Chapter 4. The Tao is like a well, used but never used up. It is like the eternal void, filled with infinite possibilities. It is hidden but always present. I don't know who gave birth to it. It is older than God. I want to stop you guys there, okay? What exactly do you think a text means when it says it's older than God? Because, now me personally, I would never take something like that in a literal sense, right? That's like saying a hammer is older than the carpenter, right? Because when you think about what dualism is from a pragmatic sense, it is a tool that we harnessed for different aspects of creation in different parts of the universe, right? So the principle of polarity, which is the Tao, right? The Tao is the polarization of light and darkness. It permeates all of the universe, basically. But I want you guys to like ruminate a little bit on what Lao Tzu means when he says that the Tao is older than God, because I think what it's really meaning is that yeah, I think before someone exactly. It's older than the human's perception of God. Because and the reason why that's the case is because okay, and that actually makes a lot of sense, and I'll explain why. That makes a lot of sense, and I'll explain why. Yeah, the naming of God, that makes a lot of sense. I'll explain why. In order to gain oneness in this experience we're in, it has to pass through dualism. Like, before we had a sense of oneness, we had a sense of dualism firsthand. So, humans experience dualism before they experience God. That's true. That is true, yeah. It is older than our experiences with dualism is older than our experiences with oneness. Yeah. That's actually very sober. That's a very sobering statement, Lao Tzu. I'm not gonna lie. That's a very sobering statement. I gotta write that down. But think about that for a second, guys. Our experiences with dualism and our experiences with the polarization is older than our experiences with singularity. At least from a human perception, it is, at least. Yeah, that is pretty interesting. I'm gonna write that down, guys. I'm gonna write that down. I want to note that in my notebook. So what did we learn today, guys? What have we learned so far? The sense of dualism came before oneness. The sense of dualism came before oneness. That's as simple as that. The sense of dualism came before oneness. So that is something that the Tao Te Ching proposes with its statement that the Tao is older than God. Alright, let's go to chapter number 5, everybody. The Tao doesn't take sides. It gives birth to both good and evil. The Master doesn't take sides. She welcomes both saints and sinners. The Tao is like a bellows. It is empty yet infinitely capable. The more you use it, the more it produces. The more you talk about it, the less you understand. Hold on to the center. Chapter 6. The Tao is called the Great Mother, empty yet inexhaustible. It gives birth to infinite worlds. It is always present within you. You can use it any way you want. Chapter 7. The Tao is infinite, eternal. Why is it eternal? It was never born, thus it can never die. Why is it infinite? It has no desires for itself, thus it is present for all beings. The Master stays behind, that is why she is ahead. She is detached from all things, that is why she is one with them. Because she has to let go of herself. She is perfectly fulfilled. Chapter 8. The Supreme Good is like water, which nourishes all things without trying to. It is content with the low places that people disdain. Thus it is like the Tao. Indwelling, live live close to the ground. And thinking, keep it simple. In conflict, be fair and generous. And governing, don't try to control. And work, do what you enjoy. And family life, be completely present. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. Real shit. Chapter 9. Fill your bowl to the brim, and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, and it will be blunt. Chase after money and security, and your heart will never unclench. Care about people's approval, and you will be their prisoner. Do your work and step back, the only path to serenity. No, I don't. You should enlighten me on that as we read the Tao Te Ching. Chapter 10. Can you coax your mind from its wandering? And can you keep the original oneness? Can you let your body become supple as a newborn's child? Can you cleanse your inner vision until you see nothing but the light? Can you love people and lead them without imposing your will? Can you deal with the most vital matters by letting events take their course? Can you step back from your own mind and thus understand all things? Giving birth and nourishing, having without possessing, acting with no expression, leading and not trying to control. This is the supreme virtue. Chapter 11. We join spokes together in a wheel, but it is the center whole that makes the wagon move. We shape clay into a pot, but it is the emptiness inside that holds whatever we want. We hammer wood for a house, but it is the inner space what makes it livable. We work with being, but non-being is what we use. Chapter 12. Color blinds the eye, sound deafens the ear, flavor numbs the taste, thoughts weaken the mind, desires wither the heart. The master observes the world, but trusts his inner vision. He allows things to come and go. His heart is open as the sky. Chapter 13. Success is as dangerous as failure. Hope is as hollow as fear. What does it mean to be that success is as dangerous as failure? Whether you go up the ladder or down it, your position is shaky. When you stand with your 2 feet on the ground, you will always keep your balance. What does it mean that hope is as hollow as fear? Hope and fear are both phantoms that arise from the thinking of the self. When we don't see the self as the self, what do we have to fear? See the world as yourself, have faith in the way things are, love the world as yourself, that you can care for all things. Chapter 14. Look, and it can't be seen. Listen, and it can't be heard. Reach, and it can't be grasped. Above, it isn't bright. Below, it isn't dark. Seamless, unnamable, it returns to the realm of nothing. Form that includes all forms, image without an image, sorrow beyond all conception. Approach it, and there is no beginning. Follow it, and there is no end. You can't know it, but you can be it. And just ease in your own life. Just realize where you come from. This is the essence of wisdom. Chapter 15. The ancient masters were profound and subtle. Their wisdom was unfathomable. There is no way to describe it. All we can describe is their appearance. They were careful, as someone crossing an ice-over stream, alert as a warrior in enemy territory, courteous as a guest, fluid as melting ice, shapeable as a block of wood, receptive as a valley, clear as a glass of water. Do you have the patience to wait? Till your mud settles, the water is clear. Can you remain unmoving until the right action rises by itself? The master doesn't seek fulfillment, not seeking, not expecting. She is present and can welcome all things. Chapter 16. Enjoy your mind of all thoughts. Let your heart be at peace. Watch the turmoil of beings, but contemplate their return. Each separate being in the universe returns to the common source, returning to the source's serenity. If you don't realize the source, you stumble in confusion and sorrow. When you realize where you come from, you naturally become tolerant, disinterested, amused, kind-hearted as a grandmother, dignified as a king. Immersed in the wonder of the Tao, you can deal with whatever life brings you, and when death comes, you are ready. Chapter 17. When the master governs, the people are hardly aware that he exists. Next best is a leader who is loved, the next one who is feared, the worst one who is despised. If you don't trust the people, you make them untrustworthy. The master doesn't talk, he acts. When his work is done, the people say, amazing, we did it all by ourselves. Chapter 18. When the great Tao is forgotten, goodness and piety appear. When the body's intelligence declines, cleverness and knowledge step forth. When there is no peace in the family, filial piety begins. When the country falls into chaos, patriotism is born. Alright, we are 2/9 done the book. I'm gonna get a drink real quick, but yeah. Sit and think about what we read so far, guys. All right. We got the apple juice, and we're going to move on to the next 18 chapters of the Tao Te Ching. Guys ready? Let's go. Chapter 19. Throw away holiness and wisdom, and people will be 100 times happier. Throw away mortality and justice, and people will do the right things. Throw away industry and profit, and there won't be any thieves. If these three aren't enough, just stay at the center of the circle and let all things take their course. Chapter 20. Stop thinking and end your problems. What's the difference between yes and no? What difference between success and failure? Must you value what others value? Avoid what others avoid? How ridiculous. Other people are excited as though they weren't at a parade. I alone don't care. I alone am expressionless, like an infant before it can smile. Other people have what they need. I alone possess nothing. I alone drift about like someone without a home. I am like an idiot. My mind is so empty. Other people are bright. I alone am dark. Other people are sharp. I alone am dull. Other people have a purpose I alone don't know. I drift like a wave in the ocean. I blow as aimless as the wing. I am different from ordinary people. I am a drink from the great mother's breast. Chapter 21. The master keeps her mind always at one with the Tao. This is what gives her radiance. The Tao is ungraspable. How can her mind be one with it? Because she doesn't cling to ideas. The Tao is dark and unfathomable. How can it make her radiate? Because she lets it. Since before time and space were, the Tao is. It is beyond is and is not. How do I know this is true? I look inside myself and see. Chapter 22. If you want to become a whole, let yourself be partial. If you want to become straight, let yourself be crooked. If you want to become full, let yourself be empty. If you want to be reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up. The master, by residing in the Tao, sets an example for all beings. Because he doesn't explain himself, people can see his light. Because he has nothing to prove, people can trust his words. Because he doesn't know who he is, people recognize themselves in him. Because he has no goal in mind, everything he does succeeds. When the ancient master said, if you want to be given everything, give everything up, they weren't using empty phrases. Only in being lived by the Tao can you be truly yourself. Chapter 23. Express yourself completely, then keep quiet. Be like the forces of nature. When it blows, there's only wind. When it rains, there's only rain. When the clouds pass, the sun shines through. If you open yourself to the Tao, you are at one with the Tao. You can embody it completely. If you open yourself to insight, you are at one with insight, and you can use it completely. If you open yourself with loss, you are at one with loss, and you can accept it completely. Open yourself to the Tao, and trust your natural responses, and everything will fall into place. Chapter 24. He who stands on a tiptoe doesn't stand firm. He who rushes ahead doesn't go far. He who tries to shine dims his own light. He who defines himself can't know who he really is, and he who has power over others can't empower himself. He who clings to his work will create nothing that endures. If you want to accord with the Tao, just do your job, then let go. Chapter 25. There was something formless and perfect before the universe was born. It is serene, empty, solitary, unchanging, infinite, eternally present. It is the mother of the universe. For lack of a better name, I call it the Tao. It flows through all things, inside and outside, and returns to the origins of all things. The Tao is great. The universe is great. Earth is great. Man is great. These are the four great powers. Man follows the earth follows the universe follows the Tao only follows itself. Chapter 26. The heavy is the root of the light, the unmoved is the source of all movement. Thus the master travels all day without leaving home. However splendid the views, she stays serenely in herself. Why should the lord of the country flit about like a fool? If you let yourself be blown to and fro, you lose your touch with your root. If you let restlessness move you, you lose touch with who you are. Chapter 27. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. A good artist lets his intuition lead him to wherever it wants. A good scientist has freed himself of concepts and keeps his mind open to what is. Thus the master is available to all people and doesn't reject anyone, and he is ready to use all situations and doesn't waste anything. This is called the embodying the light. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost. However intelligent you are, it is the great secret. So that is, we are now 3/9 done. The Tao Te Ching. I'm gonna take a sip of my apple juice. Chapter 28. Know the male, you keep the female. Receive the world in your arms. If you receive the world, the Tao will never leave you, and you will be like a little child. Know the white, yet to keep the black. Be a pattern for the world. If you are a pattern for the world, the Tao will be strong inside you, and there will be nothing you can't do. Know the personal, yet keep to the impersonal. Accept the world as it is. If you accept the world, the Tao will be luminous inside of you, and you will return to your primal self. The world is formed from the void, like utensils from a block of wood. The masses know the utensils, yet keep to the block, which thus she can use all things. Chapter 29. Do you want to improve the world? I don't think it can be done. The world is sacred. It can't be improved. If you tamper with it, you'll ruin it. If you treat it like an object, you'll lose it. There's a time for being ahead, a time for being behind, a time for being in motion, rest, vigorous, exhausted, safe, and in danger. The master sees things as they are, without trying to control them. She lets them go their own way and resides at the center of the circle. Chapter 30. Whoever relies on the Tao in governing men doesn't try to force issues or defeat enemies by force of arms. For every force there is a counterforce. Violence, even well intentioned, always rebounds upon oneself. The master does his job and then stops. He understands that the universe is forever out of control, and that trying to dominate events goes against the currents of the Tao. Because he believes in himself, he doesn't try to convince others. Because he is content with himself, he doesn't need others' approval. Because he accepts himself, the whole world accepts him. Chapter 31. Weapons are the tools of violence. All decent men detest them. Weapons are the tools of fear. A decent man will avoid them, except in the direst necessity, and if compelled will use them only with the utmost restraint. Peace is the highest value. If the peace has been shattered, how can he be content? His enemies are not demons, but human beings like himself. He doesn't wish them personal harm, nor does he rejoice in victory. How can he rejoice in victory and delight in the slaughter of men? He enters the battle gravely, and with sorrow and with great compassion, as if he were attending a funeral. That's lit. That hits. Chapter 32. Hold up. Let's see. There we go. Chapter 32. The Tao can't be perceived. Smaller than an electron, it contains uncountable galaxies. If powerful men and women could remain centered in the Tao, all things would be in harmony, the world would become a paradise, all people would be at peace, and the law would be written in their hearts. When you have names and forms, know that they are provisional. When you have institutions, know their functions should end. Knowing when to stop, you can avoid any danger. All things end in the Tao as rivers flow into the sea. Chapter 33. Knowing others is intelligence, knowing yourself is true wisdom, mastering others is strength, mastering yourself is true power. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. If you stay in the center and embrace death with your whole heart, you will endure forever. Chapter 34. The great Tao flows everywhere. All things are born from it, yet it doesn't create them. It pours itself into its work, yet it makes no claim. It nourishes infinite worlds, yet it doesn't hold on to them. Since it is merged with all things and hidden in their hearts, it can be called humble. Since all things vanish into it and let it alone endures, it can be called great. It isn't aware of its greatness, thus it is truly great. Chapter 35. She who is centered in the Tao can go where she wishes without danger. She perceives the universal harmony, even amidst great pain, because she has found peace in her heart. Music or the smell of good cooking may make people stop and enjoy, but the words that point to the Tao seem monotonous and without flavor. When you look for it, there is nothing to see. When you listen for it, there is nothing to hear, and when you use it, it is inexhaustible. If you want to shrink something, you must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something, you must first allow it to flourish. If you want to take something, you must first allow it to be given. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard, the slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery, just so people the results. Alright. There's 9. We are want to say we are 4/9 done the Tao Te Ching. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright. So we are 4/9 in the way of finishing the Tao Te Ching, guys. E. What do you guys think of it so far? What are you guys like thinking of like accumulating, and what do you guys think of like what we have learned so far in reading the Tao Te Ching? Because I've come to see some pretty interesting lessons so far I've learned in there. Yes, sir. We're gonna continue. Chapter 37. But Tao never does anything, yet through it all things are done. If powerful men and women could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself in its natural rhythms. People would be content with their simple everyday lives, in harmony and free of desire. Where there is no desire, all things are at peace. Chapter 38. The master doesn't try to be powerful, thus he is truly powerful. The ordinary man keeps reaching for power, thus he never has enough. The master does nothing, yet he leaves nothing undone. The ordinary man is always doing things, yet many more are left to be done. The kind man does something, yet something remains undone. The just man does something, and leaves many things to be done. The mortal man does something, and when no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves and uses force. When the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When the goodness is lost, there is morality. And morality is lost, there is ritual. Ritual is the husk of true faith, the beginning of chaos. Therefore, the master concerns himself with the depths and not the surface, with the fruit and not the flower. He has no will of his own. He dwells in reality and lets all illusions go. Chapter 39. In harmony with the Tao, the sky is clear and spacious, the earth is solid and full, all creatures flourish together, content with the way they are, endlessly repeating themselves, endlessly renewed. When man interferes with the Tao, the sky becomes filthy, the earth becomes depleted, the equilibrium crumbles, creatures become extinct. The master views parts with compassion because he understands the whole. His constant practice in humility, he doesn't glitter like a jewel, but lets himself be shaped by the Tao, as rugged and calm as stone. Chapter 40. Return is the movement of a Tao. Yielding is the way of the Tao. All things are born of being. Being born is born of non-being. Oh, we're halfway done. That's great, guys. We're halfway done the Tao Te Ching. I'm excited. You guys excited? I'm excited. Halfway done the Tao Te Ching. Let's go. Chapter 41. When a superior man hears of a Tao, he immediately begins to embody it. When an average man hears of a Tao, he half believes, half doubts it. When a foolish man hears of a Tao, he laughs out loud. If he didn't laugh, it wouldn't be the Tao. Thus it is said, the path in the light seems dark, the path forward seems to go back. The direct path seems long, true power seems weak, true purity seems tarnished, true steadfastness seems changeable, true clarity seems obscure. The greatest art seems unsophisticated, the greatest love seems indifferent, the greatest wisdom seems childish. The Tao is nowhere to be found, yet it nourishes and completes all things. Chapter 42. The Tao give birth to one give birth to two give birth to three give birth to all things. All things have their backs to the female and stand facing the male. When the male and female combine, all things achieve harmony. Ordinary men hate solitude, but the master makes use of it, embracing his aloneness, realizing he is one of the whole universe. Chapter 43. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. That which has no substance enters that which is no space. This shows the value of non-action. Teaching without words, performing without action, that is the master's way. Chapter 44. Fame or integrity, which is more important? Money or happiness, which is more valuable? Success or failure, which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never truly be fulfilled. If you depend happiness on money, you will never be happy with yourself. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there's nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Chapter 45. True perfection seems imperfect, yet is perfectly itself. True fullness seems empty, yet is fully present. True straightness seems crooked, true wisdom seems foolish, true art seems artless. The master allows things to happen. She shapes events as they come. She steps out of the way and lets the Tao speak for itself. Alright, so we are 5/9 into the Tao Te Ching. So the Tao Te Ching has 81 total chapters, which is 9 times 9. So there's 9 sections of the Tao Te Ching. We just finished section 5 of the Tao Te Ching. What do you guys think of it so far? I think, honestly, this is a really fun book to read, honestly. I'm having a lot of fun reading it. And I'm having like a lot of fun like experiencing reading it. Even if there hasn't been too many active people in the chat, that's alright. Let's go! Let's keep reading. But there's a closet Taoist. I mean, I had a friend named Alex, and he was like a Taoist Christian. he had like Taoist currents of his Christianity. Um, Look, I have a what's it called? I have a how do I say this? I have a image I like to show you, Green Giant. What's the image I'd like to show you? Hold up, let me see it. If it's still my thing, because it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've used this photo. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I have an image you might like. Yes, this image. Alright, Green Giant, do you see this image? Let me know if you see this image in the back. This, yeah, it's an alchemical explanation of the three alchemical majors. So there's prima materia, which is the Tao, right? It's the Tao manifested, and then it goes into the passive elements, which are earth and water, the active elements, which are air and fire, and then combining the two makes Mercury. Pretty cool, right? What do you guys think of the diagram? I think it looks pretty cool. Gemini vibes? Perhaps, yeah. Well, when they're talking about Mercury, they're not talking about the planet Mercury per se. We're talking about the metal of Mercury, the quicksilver metal. So, yeah, Mercury, yeah. So, basically, this is the three stages of the alchemical process that have three alchemical majors in it. So there's salt, which manifests in the passive elements. There's sulfur, which manifests in the active elements, and there's mercury, which manifests in both elements, that being water and air. So through this combination of water and air, we get the mediator major, which is mercury. But yeah. All right, guys. We're gonna move on to section six ninths out of the Tarjing. Let's do this. Let's go. When a country is in harmony with the Tao, the factories make trucks and tractors. When a country goes counter to the Tao, warheads are stockpiled outside the cities. There is no greater illusion than fear, no greater wrong than preparing to defend yourself, no greater misfortune than having an enemy. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. Yeah, I might do Qigong sometime pretty soon actually. Might double it up, stack it up with my pranic breathing techniques. But typically when I do holistic Eastern techniques, I usually do like yogic, like hatha yoga and stuff like that. Like when I like, so like idealistically, everyone should have like a Western practice and then the Eastern practice to like offset the two, like kind of like colliding kind of like practices, right? So it's like my Western practice is Islam. I like Western Islam. And then my Eastern practice lies more within like I want to say like Buddhist stuff. So it's like I will definitely look into Qigong though. I will definitely look into Qigong. Like Qigong like seems to be a viable option, I'd say. But yeah, so far I've just been trying to do my Hatha yoga. Like Hatha yoga is like kind of like where I've been trying to attempt at doing, but yeah. Okay, chapter 47. Without opening your door, you can open your heart to the world. Without looking out your window, you can see the essence of the Tao. The more you know, the less you understand. The master arrives without leaving, sees the light without looking, achieves without doing a thing. Chapter 48. In the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. In the practice of a Tao, every day something is get dropped. Less and less do you need to force things, and finally you arrive at non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their way. It can't be gained by interfering. Chapter 49. The master has no mind of her own. She works with the mind of the people. She is good to people who are good. She is good to people who aren't good. This is true goodness. She trusts people who are trustworthy. She also trusts people who aren't trustworthy. This is true trust. The master's mind is like space. People don't understand her, they look to her and wait. She treats them like her own children. Chapter 50. The master gives himself up to whatever the moment brings. He knows that he is going to die and has nothing left to hold on to. No illusions in his mind, no resistances in his body. He doesn't think about his actions, they flow from the core of his being. He holds nothing back from life, therefore he is ready for death, a man who is ready for sleep after a good day's work. I like that sentiment too, actually. I love that sentiment a lot. Chapter 51. Every being in the universe is an expression of a Tao. It springs into existence unconscious, perfect, free, takes on a physical body, let circumstances complete it. That is why every being spontaneously honors the Tao. The Tao gives birth to all beings, nourishes them, maintains them, cares for them, comforts them, protects them, takes them back to itself, creating without possessing, acting without expecting, guiding without interfering. That is why love of the Tao is the very nature of things. Chapter 52. In the beginning was the Tao. All things issue from it. All things return to it. To find the origin, trace back the manifestations. When you recognize the children and find the mother, you will be free from sorrow. If you close your mind in judgment and traffic with desires, your heart will be troubled. If you keep your mind from judging and aren't led by senses, your heart will find peace. Seeking into darkness is the clarity. Knowing how to yield is the strength. Use your own light and return to the source of light. This is called practicing eternity. Chapter 53. The Great Way is easy, yet people prefer the side paths. Be aware of when things are out of balance. Stay centered within the Tao. When rich speculators prosper while farmers lose their land, when government officials spend money on weapons instead of cures, when the upper class is extravagant and irresponsible, while the poor have nowhere to turn, all this robbery and chaos, it is not in keeping with the Tao. Wow. I feel like it was written today. What do you guys think? It feels a lot like it was written today. That was a really sobering statement. What the heck? Chapter 54. Whoever is planted in the Tao will not be rooted up. Whoever embraces the Tao will not slip away. Her name will be held in honor from generation to generation. Let the Tao be present in your life and you will become genuine. Let it be present in your family and your family will flourish. Let it be present in your country and your country will be an example to all countries in the world. Let it be present in the universe and the universe will sing. How do I know if this is true? By looking inside myself. That is, we are now 6/5, 6/9. Yeah, we're now, yeah, 6 times. Yeah. We are 6/9 done the Tao Te Ching. So I want you guys to sit back and think, what have we learned so far? What have we absorbed from the book so far? We're gonna like give you guys some time to like rest, breathe, think, ruminate, reflect, respond, you know. So yeah, just think about it for a second. What have we like absorbed so far from the 6/9 of the Tao Te Ching? Don't interfere with things. Oh, hello, Dan. We're reading the what's it called, Tao Te Ching. If you would like to join us on our stream, we are reading the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. We are 6/9 into the way of it, and we're gonna keep on moving forward with the reading, and hopefully get as good of a download as we can from it. So let's move on to chapter 55, shall we? Chapter 55. Hello, chapter 55. He who is in harmony with the Tao is like a newborn child. Its bones are soft, its muscles are weak, but its grip is powerful. It doesn't know about the union of male and female, yet its penis can stand erect, so it's intense its vital power. It can scream its head off all day, yet it can never become hoarse, so complete is harmony. The master's power is like this. He lets all things come and go, effortlessly without desire. He never expects results, thus he is never disappointed. He is never disappointed, thus his spirit never grows old. Chapter 56. Those who know don't talk. Those who talk don't know. Oh, I've heard that before. Those who know, I've heard that before. I did not know that was a Tao Te Ching quote. Okay, So those who know don't talk, those who talk don't know. Close your mouth, block off your senses, blunt your sharpness, untie your knots, soften your glare, settle your dust. This is the primal identity. Be like the Tao. It can't be approached or withdrawn from, benefited or harmed, honored or brought into disgrace. It gives itself up continually, that's why it endures. Chapter 57. If you want to be a great leader, you must learn to follow the Tao. Stop trying to control, let go of fixed plans and concepts, and let the world govern, and the world will govern itself. The more prohibitions you have, the less virtuous people will be. The more weapons you have, the less secure people will be. The more subsidies you have, the less self-reliant people will be. Therefore, the master says, I let go of the law and people become honest. I let go of economics and people become prosperity. I let go of religion and people become serene. I let go of all desire for the common good and all the good becomes common as grass. Chapter 58. If a country is governed with tolerance, the people are comfortable and honest. If a country is governed with repression, the people are depressed and crafty. When the will to power is in charge, the higher the ideals, the lower the results to try to make people happy. And you lay the groundwork for misery to try to make people moral. That's pretty interesting, Dean. What can you say about the Tao Te Ching? Have you read the Tao Te Ching? Here, let me see. Thus, the master is content to serve as an example and not to impose her will. Okay, well, we're studying. Well, the Tao Te Ching is the base scripture for the Taoist religion, the religion of the yin and yang. And, yeah, we're here studying the text. We're studying Class A documents of text and stuff like that. And, if you have any comments or ideas on what we're reading, then I would love to hear it, and I'd love to hear what your story is. But just know we keep like the we try to keep the conversation related to what we're studying, and like what we're reading. But yeah. Chapter 59. Chapter 59. For governing a country well, there is nothing better than moderation. The mark of a moderate man is freedom from his own ideas, tolerant like the sky, all-pervading like sunlight, firm like a mountain, supplying like a tree in the wind. He has no destination in view and makes use of anything life happiness brings to his way. Nothing is impossible for him because he has let go. He can't care for the people's welfare as mothers care for her child. Chapter 60. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it too much with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you will be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. Chapter 61. Interesting. Yeah, Emerald Tablets is pretty cool, man. I love the Emerald Tablets. For real. Chapter 61. When a country obtains great power, it becomes like the sea. All stream runs downward to it. The more powerful it grows, the greater the need for humility. Humility means trusting the Tao, and thus never needing to be defensive. A great nation is like a great man. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it. Having realized it, he admits it. Having admitted it, he corrects it. He considers those who will point out his fault as the most benevolent teachers. He thinks of his enemy as the shadow that he himself casts. If a nation is centered in the Tao, if it nourishes its own people, and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to all nations of the world. Chapter 62. The Tao is the center of the universe, the good man's treasure, the bad man's refuge. Humor can be taught with fine words, respect can be won with good deeds, but the Tao is beyond all value and no one can achieve it. Thus, when a new leader is chosen, don't offer to help him with your wealth or your expertise. Offer instead to teach him about the Tao. Why did the ancient masters esteem the Tao? Because being one with the Tao, when you seek, you find. And when you make a mistake, you are forgiven. That is why everybody loves it. Chapter 63. Act without doing, work without effort. Think of the small as the large and the few as many. Confront the difficult while it is too easy. Accomplish the great task. I'll answer in a second, okay, Dean? Give me a second. Confront the difficult while it is too easy. Accomplish the great task by a series of small acts. The master never reaches for the great, thus she achieves greatness. When she runs into a difficulty, she stops and gives herself into it. She doesn't cling to her own comfort, thus problems are no problem for her. Well, Dean, so how long have I been studying Taoism? I am a Hermeticist, most likely similar to you. So I have been getting into the AA, or the Astrum Argentum, which is a Thelemic order, and we are reading Class A documents, in the Astrum Argentum, or the AA order. So one of the Class A documents is the Tao Te Ching, and after we finish the Tao Te Ching, we're gonna be reading Liber 65 as well. Hold up. We're gonna be reading Liber 65. So if you guys hold tight, we're gonna keep going. But we are 7/9 done the Tao Te Ching, guys. So it's very close. Astrum Argentum, or the AA. So I think it's ASTRUM ARGENTUM, Astrum Argentum. But Astrum Argentum is a neo-Hermetic school that venerates different texts and different ideas and different writings. So this is one of their classic documents. This is the Tao Te Ching. Chapter 64. What is rooted is easy to nourish, what is recent is easy to correct, what is brittle is easy to break, what is small is easy to scatter. Prevent trouble before it arises, put things in order before they exist. The giant pine tree grows from a tiny sprout, the journey of 1,000 miles starts far from beneath your feet. What frequency is it? I think it's the solar plexus chakra frequency, if I'm not mistaken. It's solar plexus chakra. So yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. It's solar plexus chakra. Rushing into action, you fail. Trying to grasp things, you lose them. Forcing a project to completion, you ruin what is almost ripe. Therefore, the master takes action by letting things take its course. He remains as calm to the end as to the beginning. He has nothing, thus has nothing to lose. What he desires is non-desire. What he learns is to unlearn. He simply reminds people of what they have always been. He cares about nothing but the Tao. Thus he can care for all things. Chapter 65. The ancient masters didn't try to educate the people, but kindly taught them to not know. What they think that they know the answer. When they think that they know the answers, people are difficult to guide. When they know that they don't know, people can find their own way. If you want to learn how to govern, avoid being clever or rich. The simplest pattern is the clearest. Content with an ordinary life, you can show all people the way back to their own true nature. Chapter 66. All streams flow to the sea, because it is lower than they are. Humility gives it its power. If you want to govern the people, you must place yourself below them. If you want to lead the people, you must learn how to follow them. The master is above the people, and no one feels oppressed. She goes ahead of the people, and no one feels manipulated. The whole world is grateful to her because she competes with no one, but no one can compete with her. Chapter 67. Some say the teaching is nonsense, others call it lofty but impractical. But to those who have looked inside themselves, this nonsense makes perfect sense, and for those who put it into practice, this loveliness has roots that go deep. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Simple in action and thoughts, you return to the source of being. Patient with both friends and enemies, you accord the ways things are. Compassionate towards yourself, you can reconcile all beings in the world. Bye! What a cool guy. Sorry guys, just had to freshen up a little bit. Chapter 68. The best athlete wants his opponent at his best. The best general enters the mind of his enemy. The best businessman serves the communal good, and the best leader follows the will of the people. All of them embody the virtue of non-competition. Not that they don't love to compete, but they do it in the spirit of play. In this they are like children and in harmony with the Tao. Cool. Chapter 69. The generals have a saying: rather than make the first move, it is better to wait and see. Rather than advance an inch, it is better to retreat a yard. This is called going forward without advancing, pushing back without using weapons. There is no greater misfortune than underestimating your enemy. Underestimating your enemy meaning thinking that he's evil, Thus you destroy your three treasures and become your enemy yourself. When two great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one who knows how to yield. Chapter 70. My teachings are easy to understand and easy to put to practice, yet your intellect will never grasp them, and if you try to practice them, you'll fail. My teachings are other than the world. How can you grasp their meanings? If you want to know me, look inside your heart. Chapter 71. Not knowing is true knowledge. Presuming to know is a disease. First realize that you are sick, then you can move towards health. The master is her own physician. She has healed herself of all knowing, thus she is truly whole. Chapter 72. When they lose their sense of awe, people turn to religion. When they no longer trust themselves, they begin to depend upon authority. Therefore, the master steps back so that people won't be confused. He teaches without a teaching so that people will have nothing to learn. Guys, we are now 8/9 done the Tao Te Ching. We are in the last ninth of the Tao Te Ching. I just want to say, guys, it has been a hell of a journey. I gotta say, I must say indeed, it has been a hell of a journey. I'm enjoying it too, eh? I'm enjoying it too. Hour and a half in this live stream, guys. Hour and a half in the live stream. We're having a lot of fun, hopefully. Yeah, last 9 chapters. And then we're going to move on to Libra 65. Chapter 73. The Tao is always at ease. It overcomes without competing, answers without speaking a word, arrives without being summoned, accomplishes without a plan. Its net covers the whole universe, and though its meshes are wide, it doesn't let a thing slip through. Chapter 74. If you realize that all things change, there is nothing you will try to hold on to. If you aren't afraid of dying, there's nothing you can achieve. Try to control the future. It's like trying to take the master's carpenter's place. When you handle the master's carpenter's tools, chances are you'll cut yourself. Chapter 75. When taxes are too high, people go hungry. When the government is too intrusive, people lose their spirit. Act for the people's benefit, trust them, leave them alone. Chapter 76. Men are born soft and supple, dead they are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant, dead they are brittle and dry. Thus whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death, whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. The hard and stiff will be broken, the soft and supple will prevail. Chapter 77. As it acts in the world, the Tao is like the bending of a bow. The top is bent downward, the bottom is bent up. It adjusts excess and deficiency, and that so that there's perfect balance. It takes from what is too much and gives to what isn't enough. Those who try to control, who use force to protect their power, go against the direction of the Tao. They take from those who don't have enough and give to those who have far too much. The masters can keep giving, but there is no end to her wealth. She acts without expectation, succeeds without taking credit, and doesn't think she's better than anyone else. Chapter 78. Nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water, yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. The soft overcomes the hard, the gentle overcomes the rigid. Everyone knows this is true, but few can put it into practice. Therefore, the master remains serene in the midst of sorrow. Evil cannot enter his heart because he has given up on helping. He is the people's greatest help. True words seem paradoxical. Chapter 79. Failure is an opportunity. If you blame someone else, there is no end to the blame. Therefore, Master fulfills her own obligation and corrects her own mistakes. She does what she needs to do and demands nothing of others. Chapter 80. If a country is governed wisely, its inhabitants will be content. Then enjoy the labors of her hands. Then don't waste time inventing, labor-saving machines. Since they dearly love their homes, they aren't interested in travel. There may be a few wagons and boats, but these don't go anywhere. There may be an arsenal of weapons, but no one ever uses them. People enjoy their food, take pleasure in being with their families, spend weekends working in their gardens, delight in the doings of the neighborhood, and even the best country is so close. Then people can hear its roosters crowing and its dogs barking. They are content to die of old age without ever having gone to see it. Last chapter, chapter 81. We made it! We made it! We made it. Chapter 81. True words aren't eloquent. Eloquent words aren't true. Wise men don't need to prove their point. Men need to prove their point aren't wise. The master has no possessions. The more he does for others, the happier he is. The more he gives to others, wealthier he is. The Tao nourishes not by forcing, but by dominating. The master leads. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we just read the Tao Te Ching in less than 100 minutes. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did it. Yeah. We read the Tao Te Ching in less than 100 minutes. I think it's a world's first speedrun record. I'm obviously joking, but yeah, we read the Tao Te Ching in about about 140, about minute 40. We read the Tao Te Ching. I had a lot of fun. We're gonna read. Anyone who wants to continue the stream, we're gonna read Liber 65 now, if you guys want. But yeah, I was thinking about reading Liber 65. Yeah, so I'm gonna get straight into Liber 65. Hold on. There we go. Liber 65, guys. What do you guys what do you guys think? Do you guys think it looks cool? Yeah, but we're gonna be reading some. We're gonna be reading Liber 65, and we're gonna see how long this takes us. But after we read Liber 65, we're gonna read the Vision. I think we're gonna end the stream after we finish reading Liber 65. But yeah, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream so far. It's been a fun one. It's been an extremely fun one, I would say. But yeah. Yeah, okay, Sleeper 65. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. Introduction. The text of the book Heart Girt with the Serpent poured through Aleister Crowley over 5 nights in October and November 1907. Of all the inspired material he produced over the years, this was perhaps his favorite, and the one for which he wrote the most comprehensive commentary. For anybody who thinks the Great Beast was simply a libertine or a maverick sorcerer, this book and its commentary are a revelation, unveiling as they do the heart of the process of occultists called the Great Work. The whole is a demanding, complex, multifaceted text on practical mysticism from a master of the art that reveals itself to the student only of persistent study. With the Limerick tradition begun by Crowley and his associates in the early 1900s, has many. Oh yeah, okay. So So here we're gonna read the back of the book if you guys don't mind. This is what it looks like. Liber 65. This is so lit. I know I'm gonna have a blast reading this one, guys, because it goes a lot into topics that I'm really trying to explore. But yeah. Let's, without further ado, get into Liber 65. Okay, so in the early 1900s, the magician and mystic Aleister Crowley was inspired to produce the poetic scripture known as the Book of the Heart Girt with a Serpent. It explores the relationships between an adept and the holy guardian angel. I'm not in the county, bro. I'm in Canada. I don't live in America. The sacred source or overarching genius that each person has, but which only those who strive for deep linkage can come to know. Some 15 years later, he was moved to write an extensive commentary on his text for use by his students. The combined text of his book with his commentary is barely published, but in his volume, the two are made available in sequential format. This right here is a Class A document, brother. Liber 65 is a Class A document. Class A document is a classification of documents. Is it bad? No, it's not bad. Yeah, Ontario. Yeah, it's Ontario. Yeah, I live in Ontario. Are you saying Brampton because I'm brown? It's okay if you think I'm from Brampton because I'm brown. It's okay. Is that why you're saying Brampton? Because I'm brown? It's alright. It's okay, but I got my eyes on you. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Yeah, it is a study thing. Yeah, it's a spiritual study thing. Libra 65 is a classic document that talks about the relation between a magical adept and their holy guardian angel. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into stuff like that today. It's a spiritual text. It's a mystical study of what religion? Hermeticism. The Hermetic religion. Hermetic. Hermetic. Hermeticism. Rock medicine? I don't think Hermeticism is like rock medicine. I wouldn't say Hermetics is rock medicine. No, I wouldn't say that's what it is. But yeah, we're gonna continue with reading Libra 65, guys. It's Crystal Grove. um, funny enough, I have some stones right here for scrying purposes. I have the singing bowl, yeah, the singing bowl is Buddhist for it, but here it's I got some red jasper. I have amethyst. I have green obsidian. I have emerald. I have lapis lazuli. And yee. My favorite crystal is amethyst. I like amethyst crystals a lot. I have a lot of amethyst crystals. I own like probably like 5 amethyst pieces. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it pretty much is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's why I like them. I like them because why do I like amethyst? I like amethyst because purple is nice. I like purple a lot. Purple is like one of my favorite colors. Uh, yeah, I like purple. Purple is a good color. She is not Filipino, bro. What the fuck? Yo, she's not Filipino. She's not Filipino. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Yo, she's not Filipino. All right, guys, we're gonna continue to. We're gonna start reading the Libra 65, guys. Ready? A 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Chapter 1. I am the heart, and the snake is entwined about the invisible core of the mind. Rise, O my snake, it is now in the hour of the hooded and holy ineffable flower. Rise, O my snake, into the brilliance of bloom, unto the corpse of Osiris afloat in the tomb. O heart of my mother, my sister, my own, thou art given the Nile to the terror typhoon. On me but the glory of the ravening storm, and sways thee and wraps thee in the frenzy of form. Be still, O my soul, but the spell may dissolve, as the wands are upraised and the aeons revolve. Behold in my beauty how joyous you are, O snake that caresses the crown of my heart. Behold we are one, and the tempest of years goes down the dust and the beetle appears. O beat of a drone of your dolorous note, be ever the trance of his tremulous throat. I awake the awakening, the summons on high, from the Lord Adonai, from the Lord Adonai. Adonai spoke upon the Adab, saying, there must be division in the word, for the colors are many, but the light is one. Therefore you write that which is of mother of emerald, and of lapis lazuli, and of turquoise, and of alexandrite. Another writes the words of topaz, and of deep amethyst, and of grey sapphire, and of deep sapphire, which is a tinge as of blood. Therefore do you fret yourselves because of this. Be not contented with the image. I who am the image of the image says this. Debate not of the image, saying beyond, beyond. One mounteth onto the crown by the moon and by the sun, and by the arrow and by the foundation, and by the dark home of the star from the black earth. Not otherwise may you reach unto the smooth point. Nor it is fitting for the cobbler of the prey of the royal matter, O cobbler. Mend me this shoe, so that I may walk, O king. If I be your son, let us speak of the embassy of the king of your brother. Then there was silence. Speech has done us a while. There is a light so strenuous that it is not perceived as light. Crystal Jesus. Oh my god, that sounds cursed. Then there was silence. Speech had done with us a while. There is a light so strenuous that it is not perceived as light. Wolf's bane is not so sharp as steel, yet it pierced the body more subtly. Even as evil kisses corrupt the blood, so does my word devour the spirit of man. I breathe, and there is infinite disease in the spirit. As an acid eats into steel, as a cancer that utterly corrupts the body, so am I unto the spirit of man. I shall not rest until I have devoured it all. For also the light that it absorbs, one absorbs little and it is called white, and glistening one absorbs all and is called black. Therefore, O my darling, are you black. O my beautiful, I have likened you to the jet Nubian slave, a boy of melancholy eyes. O the filthy one, the dog, they cry against you, because you are my beloved. Happy are they that praise you, for they see you with my eyes. Not aloud they praise you, but in the night of watch one shall steal close and grip you with the secret grip. Another shall privately cast a crown of violets over you. A third shall greatly dare and press mad lips onto you. Yeah, the night shall overcome all. The night shall cover all. It could be. It could be a hermetic thing. Also, what type of mushrooms are you talking about? Because I don't have psilocybin. However, look, I have these gummies right here, and they consist of lion's mane. Oh, hey, Zamos, what's up? I don't really do psychedelic mushrooms, but these gummies right here have lion's mane, mushroom, chaga, turkey tail, and reishi all in one. So I've been eating the more like I've been using fungal remedies, but not those type of fungal remedies. What does Swami mean? What does Swami mean? If you tell me what it is, I'll answer. I don't think I am. No, I wouldn't. I couldn't say I am. I am not. I'm not. I'm not a Hindu priest. No, I wouldn't say that I am. I am. I'm a hermetic practitioner, and I'm aiming to become a. I'm aiming to apply to the Order Templi Orientis pretty soon, though. So I might be a priest of something someday. One day, I might be a priest of the Ecclesia Gnostica Catholica, the Universal Gnostic Church. But until then, I don't have too much of religious status. So yeah. Scientology. Mm-mm. I'm not Tom Cruise. Yes, I am. Samosa is correct. I am. Indeed, I am. Anyways, guys. You was long seeking me. Me, you run forward so fast that I was unable to come up with you. Oh, you darling fool, what bitterness you just crowned the days of fall. That's good stuff, bro. Good stuff, Samosa. I'm looking forward to seeing it. He's not brown. No, he's not brown. He's asking if you're brown like me. He's not. No, he's not brown. Hmm. Now I am with you, I will never leave your being. For I am the soft thinnest one entwined about you, heart of gold. My head is jewel of 12 stars, my body is white as milk of the stars, it's bright with the blue of the abyss of stars invisible. I have found that which cannot be found, I have found a vessel of quicksilver. How much longer am I going to be live? I think I'm going to be live for the rest of the night, depending on how how much viewers I coast with. I'm going to be live for good much a good longer, a decent amount longer. Yeah, I'm trying to try. We just reached 2 hours, so yeah, we literally just reached 2 hours. So hopefully I can. Um, yeah, hopefully we can continue with what we've continued with. Facts. Full moon night, exactly. You dig. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. So I bet we're gonna restart. We're gonna restart reading the Libra 65 because I kind of got sidetracked a little bit. So I'm gonna restart it. All right, ready? All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I am the heart, and the snake is entwined about the invisible core of the mind. Rise, O my snake! It is now the hour of the hooded and know the ineffable flower. Rise, O my snake, in the brilliance of bloom, and the corpse of Osiris afloat in the tomb. O heart, my mother, my sister, my own, you are given to the Nile of a terror typhoon. On me but the glory of ravening storm, enslaved sea, rhapsody, and frenzy of form. Be still, O my soul, that speaks that the spell may dissolve, as wands are praised and the aeons revolve. Behold, my beauty, how joyous you are, O snake that crests the crown of my heart. Behold, we are one in the tempest of years, get down to the dust as the beetle appears. O beetle virgin of the dolorous snow, by the trance of this tremulous throat, I shall awaken the summons on high, from a Lord Adonai, from a Lord Adonai. Adonai spoke unto the adept, saying, there must be division in the word, for the colors are many, but the light is one. Therefore you writest that which is of a mother of emerald and of lapis lazuli and turquoise and alexandrite. Another writeth the word of topaz and of deep amethyst and of grey sapphire to the deep sapphire with a tinge as of blood. Therefore do you fret yourself because of this. Be not contented with the image. I am who the image of the image say this. Debate not of the image saying beyond, beyond. One mounteth onto the crown by the moon and by the sun, and by the arrow and by the foundation and by the dark home of the stars of the black earth. Not otherwise may you reach the smooth point. Nor is it fitting for the cobbler to prate of the royal matter. O cobbler, mend me this shoe, that I may walk. O king, if I be thy son, let us speak the embassy of the king thy brother. Thank you. Thank you for complimenting my eyes. Then there was silence. Speech had done with us a while. There is a light so strenuous that it is not perceived as light. Wolf's bane is not sharp as steel, yet it pierced the body more subtly. Even as evil kisses corrupt the blood, so does my word devour the spirit of man. I breathe there is infinite disease in the spirit. Inzuk caught in 4K flirting with me. As the acid eats into the seal, as the cancer that utterly corrupts the body, so am I unto the spirit of man. I shall not rest until I have devoured it all. So also a light that is absorbed, one absorbed little and is called white and glistening, one absorbed all and is called black. Therefore, O my darling, are you black? O my beautiful, I have likened to you to a jet Nubian slave, a boy of melancholy eyes. O the filthy one, the dog, they cry against you because you are my beloved. Why do I like this book? Because, oh, I bought it at an event. I bought it at an event I went to last week. That's why. I bought it at an event I went to. So I just thought I would read it. So I could get my money's worth out of it. I bought it for $20. So yeah. Let's keep going, shall we? Alright, guys, let's keep going. Happy are they that praise you, for they see you with my eyes. Not aloud shall they praise you, but in the night one watch one shall steal close, and grip you with a secret grip. Another shall privately cast a crown of violence over you. A third shall greatly dare, and press mad lips to yours. Yeah, the night shall cover all, the night shall cover all. You was long seeking, me you'd run for so fast that I was unable to come up with you. Oh darling fool, what bitterness did you cry this crown the day will fall. Now that I am with you, I will never leave you being. For I am the soft sinuous one, entwined about you heart of gold. My head is jeweled with 12 stars, my body is white as milk of the stars, it is bright with the blue of the abyss of the stars invisible. I have found that which I could not be found. I have found a vessel of quicksilver. You shall instruct your servants in the way. You shall speak often with him. Amen. You have spoken it, Lord God. Further, Adonai spoke unto the adept and said, let us take our delight in the multitude of men. Let us shape unto ourselves a boat of mother of pearl from them, that we may ride upon the river of Amrit. Thank you. Appreciate it. You see yon petal of amaranth, blown by the wind by the low sweet brows of Hathor? Listen, that falling petal seems to the little ones the wave to engulf their continent. So they will reproach your servant, saying, who has set you to save us? He will be sore distressed. All they understand not you that I are fashioning a boat of mother pearl. We will sail down the river of Amrit, even to the yew groves of Yama, where we may rejoice exceedingly. The joy of men shall be our silver gleam, the world to their blue gleam, all unto the mother of pearl. The scribe wrote thereat, he spoke. O Adonai, my master, I have borne the inkhorn and pen without pay, in order that I might search the river of Amrit, and sail unto one as you. This I demand of my feet, and partake in the echo of your kisses. And immediately it was granted unto him. Nay, but not therewith was he content, by infinite abasement unto shame did he strive. Then a voice. You strivest ever, ever in thy yieldings you strivest to yield, and lo, you yieldest not. Go you on to the uttermost place and subdue all things. Subdue thy fear and disgust, then yield. There was a maiden that strayed among the court and sighed. Then there was the new birth of Narcissus, and there she forgot in sighing in her loneliness. Even instantly rode Hades heavily. Oh, hold up. Even instantly rode Hades heavily upon her, and ravished her away. Adonai spoke yet again with the adept and said, the earth is ripe for vintage. Let us eat of her grapes and be drunken thereon. Thomas? My name's not Thomas. Thank you, Green Giant. Thank you. Yeah, he was being too distracting, you're right. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. O my Lord, my dove, and my excellent one, how shall this word seem unto the children of man? And he answered him, not as you can see. It is certain that every letter of a cipher has some value, but who shall determine the value? For it varieth ever according to the subtlety of him that made it. And he answered him, have I not the cure thereof? I am clothed with the body of flesh, I am one of the eternal and omnipotent God. Then said Adonai, you has the head of the hawk, and your phallus is the phallus of Asar. You know the white, and you know the black, and you know that these are one. But why seek the knowledge of their equivalents? And he said, that my work may be right. And Adonai said, the strong brown reaper sweep his swathe and rejoiced. The wise man counted his muscles and pondered, and understood not and was sad. Reaped you and rejoiced. Then was the adept glad and lifted his arm. Lo, an earthquake and plague and a terror on the earth, a calcium down with them ascend high places, a famine upon multitude. and the grape fell ripe and rich into his mouth. Say in the purple of your mouth, O brilliant one, with the white glory and lips of Adonai. The foam of the grape is like the storm upon the sea. The ships tremble and shut up, the shipmaster is afraid. That is your drunkenness, O Holy One, and the winds whirl away the soul of the scribe into the happy haven. O Lord God, let the heaven be cast down by the fury of the storm. Let the foam of the grape tincture my soul with your light. Bacchus grew old, and was Selinus. Pan was ever Pan, forever and more through the aeons. Intoxicate the inmost, O my lover, not the outermost. So it was ever the same. I have aimed at the purple land of my God, and I have hit, yea, I have hit. That's chapter 1. Now moving on to chapter 2. There's 5 chapters, so we are 20% done. The book. Chapter 2. I passed into the mountains of lapis lazuli, even as a green hawk between the pillars of turquoise I had seen upon a throne of the east. So came I to a Duan, the starry abode, and heard the voices crying aloud. O that sits upon the earth, you are not greater than your mother, you speck of dust infinitesimal. You are the Lord of glory and the unclean dog. Stooping down, dipping my wings, I came to the darkly splintered abodes. There in that formless abyss I made a particular of mysteries averse. I suffered the deadly embrace of the snake and of the goat. I paid an infernal homage to the same of Kem. What's up, Lens? How are you? Therein was the virtue that the one became the all. Moreover, I beheld a vision of a river. There was a little boat thereon, and in its under purple snails and a golden woman, an image of Asi was wrought in finest gold. Also the river was of blood and the boat of shining steel. But I loved her and loosened my girdle, cast myself into the stream. I gathered myself into the little boat, and for the many days and night did I love her, burning beautiful incense before her. Yeah, I gave her the flower of my youth, but she stirred not. Only by my kisses I defiled her, so that she turned to blackness before me. Yet I worshipped her, and gave her the flower of my youth. Also it came to pass that thereby she sickened and corrupted before me, almost as I cast myself into the stream. Then at the end appointed her body was whiter than the milk of the stars, and her lips red as warm as the sunset, and her life of a white heat like the heat of the midmost sun. Then rose she up from the abyss of ages of sleep, and her body embraced me. Altogether I melted into her beauty, and was glad. The river also became the river of Amrit, and the little boat was chariot of the flesh, and the sails thereof the blood of the heart was beareth me. O serpent wind of the stars, I, even I, have fashioned you from the pale image of fine gold. Also the Holy One came upon me, and I beheld a white swan floating in the blue. Between its wings I sate, and the aeon fled away. That the swan flew and dived and soared, yet whither we went. A little crazy boy that rode with me spake unto the swan and said, Who are you that dost fly and dive and soar into the inane? Behold, these many aeons have passed. When come you? Whither will you go? And laughing I kid him and said, no whence, no whither. The swan being silent, he answered him, then if with no goal, why is this eternal journey? And I laid my head against the head of the swan and laughed, saying, is there not joy ineffable in the aimless winging? Is there not weariness and impatience for who would attain to some goal? And the swan was ever silent. Ah, but we float into the infinite abyss. Joy, joy. Wine swan, bear thou ever beat me up between thy wings. O silence, O rapture, O end of things visible and invisible. This is all mine who am not. Radiant God, let me fashion an image of gems and gold for you, that the people may cast it down and trample it to dust, that your glory may be seen of them. Nor shall it be spoken in the markets that I am come who should come, but your coming shall be the one word. You shall manifest yourself in the unmanifest, and the secret places men shall meet with you, and you shall overcome them. I saw a pale, sad boy that lay upon the marble in the sunlight, and wept. By his side was the forgotten lute, ah, but he wept. Then came an eagle from the abyss of glory and overshadowed him. So black was the shadow that he was no more visible. But I heard the lute livelily discoursing to the blue still air. Ah, messenger of the beloved one, let your shadow be over me. Your name is death, it may be of shame or love. You bringest me tidings of the beloved one. I shall not ask you your name. Where is he? Where now is the master? Cried the little crazy boys. He is dead, he is shamed, he is wedded, and their mockery shall ring around the world. But the master shall have his reward. The laughter of the mocker shall be a ripple in the hair of the beloved one. Behold, the abyss of the great deep. Therein is a mighty dolphin lashing his sides with the force of the waves. There's also a harper of gold, playing infinite tunes. Then the dolphin delighted therein and put off his body and became a bird. The harper also laid aside his sharp and played infinite tunes upon the panpipe. Then the bird desired exceedingly this bliss, and laying down its wings, it became a fawn of the forest. The harper also laid down his panpipe, and with the human voice sang his infinite tunes. Then the fawn was enraptured, and followed far. At least the harper was silent, and the fawn became Pan in the midst of the primal forest of eternity. TBOG, the Brethren of Gold. You cannot charm the dolphin with silence, O my prophet. Then the adept was wrapped away in bliss, and the beyond of bliss, and exceeded in the excess of excess. Also his body shook and staggered with the burden of that bliss that exceeds the ultimate nameless. They cried, he is drunk, or he is mad, or he is pained, or he is about to die, and he heard them not. O my Lord, my beloved, how shall I indite songs? As India lay at my subway, I always feel bad for ordering and making her touch meat. She's there to do a job, bro. But I get it though. Like, some people have to like compromise their values to like survive in this world, and that sucks. Like, it's a terrible thing. O my Lord, my beloved, how shall I indite songs when the memory of your shadow is their glory, is a thing beyond all music of speech and of silence. That's interesting. See why? That's very interesting. Behold, I am man, even a little child might not endure thee, and lo, I was alone in the great park, and by a certain hillock was a ring of deep enameled glass, where green cloud one's most beautiful played. In their play I came to unto the land of fairy sleep. At night they danced and sang, but you are of the morning, O my darling, and of serpent that twinest thee about this heart. I am the heart, and you the serpent. Wind your coils closer about me, so that no light nor bliss can penetrate. Crush out the blood of me, and grape upon the tongue of white, Doric girl that languishes with her lover in the moonlight. Let the end awake, let the end awake. Long has you slept, O great God terminus. Long ages has you waited in the end of the city, and the roads thereof. Awake you wait no more. Nay, Lord, but I come to you, that is I that wait at last. Hey, bro, no bigotry allowed, bro. Like, let's just keep politics out of this live stream. Just keep your political comments to yourself, and we should be fine. Just general politics, you know. Who cares? We'll treat it like, yeah, you gotta go, bro. Sorry. Why so much weird people are joining our streams today? Why so much weird people joining our streams today, Green Giant? Why? Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I am the heart, and you are the serpent. Wind your coils closer about me, that no light nor bliss may penetrate. Crush out the blood of me as the grape upon the tongue of white Doric girl that languishes her love with the moonlight. But let the end awake. Long has you slept, O great terminus. Long ages has you waited until the end of the city of the roads thereof. Awake you wait no more. Nay, Lord, but I am to come to you. It is that wait at last. At the prophets cried against the mountain, come you hither that I may speak with you. The mountain stirreth not, Therefore went the prophets unto the mountain to spike unto it, but the feet of the prophet were weary, and the mountains heard not his voice. But I have called unto you, and have journeyed unto you, it is availed me not. I waited patiently, and you was with me from the beginning. This now I know, O my beloved, and we are stretched out our ease among the vines. But these your prophets, the most they must cry aloud and scourge themselves. They must trackless wastes and unfathomed oceans. To await you is the end, not the beginning. Let the darkness cover up the writing, let the scribe depart among his ways. But you and I are stretched out ease among the vines. What is he? O you beloved one, is there not an end? Nay, but there is an end. Awake and rise, gird up my limbs, O you runner, bear not the word unto the mighty cities, yea, unto the mighty cities. Alright, chapter 3. So we're on the halfway point of the book, guys. So we're about halfway through the book. Chapter 3. Yes, sir. We're halfway done. The book. Let's keep reading, shall we? Chapter 3. Verily and amen, I passed through the deep seas and by the river of running water that abound therein, and I came upon the land of no desire, wherein is a white unicorn for silver collar, wherein was the graven with the aphoris of linea verdis grey universa. The word of Adonai came unto me by the mouth of the Magister mine, saying, O heart, thou art girt upon the coils of the old serpent, lift up the mountains of initiation. But I remembered, then ye, Theli, Lilith, these three were about me from old, for they are one. Beautiful was you, O Lilith, you serpent woman. You was lithe and delicious to the taste, and your perfume was out of musk mingled with ambergris. Clothed did you coils of onto heart, and it was the joy of all the spring. But I beheld, hold on. But I beheld in a certain taint, even in that which whereon I delighted. I beheld you in the taint of your father the ape, and the grandsire of the blind word of the slime. I gazed upon the crystal of the future, and I saw the horror of the end of you. Further, I destroyed the time past and the time to come, had I not the power of the sandblast. But in the very hour I beheld corruption. Then I said, O my beloved, O Lord Adonai, I prayed thee to loosen the coil of the serpent. But she was close fast upon me, so that my force was stayed in its inception. And I praised unto the elephant god, the Lord of beginnings, who breaks down obstructions. These gods came right quickly to my aid. I beheld them, and I joined myself onto them. I was lost in their vastness. When I beheld myself compassed with the infinite circle of emerald that enclosed the universe, O snake of emerald, you has no time past, with no time to come, verily you are not. You are delicious beyond all taste and touch, you are not to be beheld for glory, your voice is beyond the speech and silence and the speech therein, and your perfume is that of ambergris that is not weighed against the finest of the gold of the finest of the gold. Also your coils are of infinite range, your heart that does encircle it in a universal heart. I, me, and mine were sitting in the loots of the market of the place of the great city, the city of the violet and the roses. But night fell and the music of the lutes was stilled. The tempest arose and the music of the lutes was stilled. The whole hour passed and the music of the lutes was stilled. Be you eternity and space, you are matter and motion and the art of negation of all these things. For there is no symbol of you. If I say, come upon the mountains, then celestial waters flow at my word, but you are the water beyond the waters. The red three-angled heart had been kept up in your shrine, for the priests despised equally the shrine and the god. Yet all the while you was hidden therein, and the Lord of Silence is hidden in the buds of the lotus. You are Sebek the crocodile against Asar. You are Mati the slayer of the deep. You are Typhon the wrath of the elements. O you who transcends the forces and the concourse and cohesion, and their death and their disruption, you are Python the terrible serpent about the end of all things. I turned about me thrice in every way, and I came to the last unto you. Many things I beheld and meditate, and beheld mediate and immediate, but beholding them to no more, I beheld you. Come you, O beloved one, O Lord God of the universe, O vast one, O minute one, I am your beloved. All the day I sign of your delight, all night I delight in your song. There is no other day or night than this. You are beyond the day and the night, I am yourself, O Maker, my Master, my Mate. I am like the little red dog that sitteth upon the knees of the unknown. You have brought me into great delight. You have given me of your flesh to eat, and of your blood an offering of intoxication. You have hastened the fangs of eternity in my soul, and the poison of the infinite have consumed me utterly. I am become like a luscious devil of Italy, a fair strong woman with worn cheeks, eaten out with hunger for kisses. She hath played the harlot in divers palaces. She hath given her body to the beast. She has slain her kinfolk with strong venom of toads. She has been scourged with many rods. She has been broken to pieces upon the wheel. The hands of the hangman has bound her onto it. The fountains of water have been loosened upon her. She has struggled with exceeding torment. She has burst asunder with the weight of the waters. She has sunk in the awful sea. So am I, Adonai, my Lord, and such are the waters of your intolerable essence. Oh, that's only there's a bunch of pages left, but we're gonna keep going. So am I, O Adonai, my beloved, and you has burned me utterly in asunder. I am shed out like a split bud upon the mountains. The ravens of dispersion have borne me utterly away. Therefore is the seal unloosed, the guarded and eighth abyss. Therefore the vast sea is a veil, therefore is the rendering sundering of all things. Yet also verily you are the cool still water of the wizard fount. I have bathed in you and lost me in your stillness. That which went as a brave boy of beautiful limbs, come forth as a maiden, as a little child for perfection. O, o light and delight, ravish me away in the milky ocean of stars. O son of light, transcending mother, blessed be thy name, and the name of your name throughout the ages. Behold, I am a butterfly, the source of creation. Let me die before the hour, falling dead into the infinite stream. Also the stream of the stars flows before the magical union unto the abode. Bear me away upon the bosom of Nui. This is the word of the waters of Mame. This is the bitter water that becomes sweet. You are beautiful and bitter, O golden one. O my lord Adonai, O abyss of the sapphire. Well, what's up, Samosa? What's up? What's up? Let's go! I'm almost done the stream, Samosa. I think I'll be done in like, I want to say like 10, 20 more minutes. We're almost done. We're almost done. But we're almost 3 hours in the stream. I really can't wait to see it though. Yes, I do want to read on Discord. Yes, I do. I do want to read it, yeah. But give me 1 second, because I'm almost done this book. This is the world of the waters of Mame, that the bitter water that becomes sweet. You are beautiful and bitter, O golden one, O my lord, O Adonai, O abyss of sapphire. I follow you, and the waters of death fight strenuously against me. I pass into the waters beyond death and beyond life. How shall I answer the foolish man? In no way shall he come to the identity of you. But I am the fool that heedeth not the play of the magician. Me does love the woman of the mysteries instruct in vain. I have burst the bond of love and the power of worship. And therefore is the eagle made one with the man, and the gallows of infamy dance with the fruit of the just. I have descended, O my darling, into the black shining waters. I have plucked you forth with the black pearl of infinite preciousness. I have gone down, O my God, to the abyss of the all. I have found you in the midst under the guise of no thing. But as you are the last, you are also the next, and the next do I reveal to next to the multitude. They that ever desired, they shall obtain you, even at the end of their desire. Glorious, glorious are you, my lover supernatural, O self myself. For I have found you alike in me and you, and there is no difference, O my beautiful, and my desire but one. In the one and the many have I found you, I have found you. Alright. That is chapter 3 done. Now 2 more chapters, and then we are out of here. 2 more chapters, and then we make it out of here, guys. I gotta check it out. But this, by the way, this book has commentary on it, so I'll be reading that on my own though. But yeah, this book has commentary in it, so yeah. That's loud? That's loud? My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. I didn't know it was that loud. I didn't know it was that loud. Yeah, you got the stop. That sounds like pedophilia. Stop. Stop. You don't know that meme? It's like, oh my god, that sounds like pedophilia. Stop. You don't know that meme? Oh no, nah, that one's the classic. That one's the classic. We got 2 more chapters left in this, and then we're out of the stream. But yeah. All right, let's keep going. O crystal heart, I the serpent clasp you, and I drive home my head into the central core of you, O God, my beloved. Even as the resounding wind sweeps heights of my Mytilene, some godlike woman casts outside the lyre, and with her rocks aflame around an areola, plunge into the wet heart of the creation. So I, O Lord my God. There is a beauty unspeakable in the heart of corruptions, where the flower are aflame. Ah me, but the thirst of your joy parches up this throat, so I cannot sing. I will make a little boat of my tongue, and explore the unknown rivers. It may be that the everlasting salt may turn to sweetness, and that life may no longer athirst. O you that drink the brine of your desires, you are nigh to madness. Your torture increases as you drink, yet still you drink. Come up through the creeks of fresh water. I shall be waiting for you with my kisses. As the bezoar stone that is found in the belly of the cow, so is my lover among lovers. O honey boy, bring me your cool limbs hither. Let us sit a while in the orchard until the sun goes down. Let us feast on the cool grass. Bring wine, ye slaves, and the cheeks of my boy may flesh red. In the garden of immortal kisses, O you brilliant one, shine forth. Make you muff an opium poppy, that one kiss in the key of the infinite, sleep elusive the sleep of Shiloam. In my sleep I beheld the universe like a clear crystal of one speck. They are the purse-proud, penniless ones that stand at the corner of tavern and pirate their feet of wine bibbling. There are purse-proud, There are purse-proud, penniless ones that stand at the door of the tavern and revile the guests. The guests daily upon the couches of mother of pearl in the garden. The noise of the foolish man is hidden from them. Only the innkeeper feareth lest the favor of the king be withdrawn from him. Thus the magister adept unto Adonai his God, as they played together in the starlight, over against the deep black pool that is in the holy place of the holy house beneath the altar of the holiest one. But Adonai laughed and played more languidly. But the scribe took notes and was glad. But Adonai had no fear of the magician and his play, for it was Adonai who taught all tricks to the magician. And the magistrate entered the play of the magician. When the magician he laughed, and the man should do. And Adonai said, You are enmeshed in the whip of the magician. This he said subtly to try him. But the magistrate gave signs of the majesty and laughed back on him. O Lord, our beloved, did these fingers relax on your curls, or did these eyes turn away from your eye? And Adonai delighted in him exceedingly. Yeah, O my master, you are the beloved one. The Benu bird is set up in the fillet not in vain. I who was a priest of Ahatur, rejoice in your love. Arise, O Nile God, and devour the holy place of the cow of heaven. Let the milk of the stars be drunk up by the Sebek, the dweller of the Nile. Arise, O serpent Uphep, you are Adonai the beloved. You are my darling and my lord, and your poison is the sweeter than the kisses of Isis, the mother of the gods. For you are he, yea, who swallowed up Asi and Asar, and the children of Ptah. You shall for a blood of poison to destroy the works of the magician. Only the destroyer shall devour thee, and you shall be black in his throat, wherever his spirit abide, a serpent a pet, but I love you. My God, yes, sir. A lot of Egyptian symbolism in this chapter. My God, let thy sacred fang pierce the marrow of your little heart, that I kept the day of vengeance of Horah. Let Keperah sound his shuddered drone. Let the jackals of day of night howl. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The most celestial. Yes, sir. I am like a lovesick courtesan of the Corinth. I have toyed with kings and captains and made them my slaves. Today I am the slave of the little sap of death, and who shall loosen our love? Weary, weary, said the scribe, who shall lead me to the sight of rapture to my master. The body is weary and the soul is sore, weary and sleep weighs down their eyelids, yet ever abides the curiouser consciousness of ecstasy, unknown, yet known in that being is certain. O Lord, be my helper. Let's go with the Mosa, that's so sick. O Lord, be my helper and bring me to the bliss of the beloved. I came to the house of the beloved, and fine wine was like fire, that flieth with green wings to the world of the water. I felt the red lips of nature and the black lips of perfection, like sisters they fondled me through their little brother, and they decked me out as the bride, they mounted me for the bridal chamber. They fled away at their coming, I was alone before you. I trembled at you coming, oh my God. Abai abai. For your messenger was more troubled than the Death Star. On the threshold stole the fulfillment figure of evil, the horror of emptiness, with his ghastly eyes as like poisonous wells. He stood and the chamber was corrupt. The air stank. He was like an old Nile fish, more hideous than the shields of abandon. How many pages we got left? Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got 4 or 5 pages left, and we're done. He enveloped me with his demon tentacles. Yeah, the 8 fears took upon me. But I was anointed with the right sweet oil of the Magister. I slipped from the embrace as a stone, from the sling of a boy from the woodlands. I was smooth and hard as ivory. The horror gets no hold. Then at the noise of the wind, of your coming, he was dissolved away, and the abyss of the great woe was unfolded before me. Across the waveless sea of eternity, you did ride with your captains and your hosts, and your chariots and horsemen's experiment did you travel to the blue. Before I saw you, you were already with me. I had smitten through your marvelous spear. I was stricken by a bird and by a bolt of thunder. I was pierced by the leaf of your Lord of the Garden. O my Lord, let us sail upon the sea of the blood. There is a deep taint beneath the ineffable bliss, and it is the taint of regeneration. Yeah, though the flower wave bright in the sunshine, the root is deep in the darkness of the earth. Praise to you, O beautiful dark earth. You are the mother of a million myriads and myriads of flower. Also I beheld my God, and the countenance to him was 1,000-fold brighter than the lightning. Yet in his heart I beheld the slow and dark one, the ancient one, the devourer of his children. And the height of the abyss, and the height and the abyss, O my beautiful, there is no thing, verily there is no thing at all, that is not altogether and perfectly fashioned for your delight. Light cleaveth unto light, and filth to filth, with pride and contemneth not another. But you are who are all, are beyond it, who are absolved from the division of the shadows. O day of eternity, let your wave break into the formless glory of sapphire upon the laborious core of our making. We have made a ring of glistening white sand, strewn wisely to the midst of the delightful ocean. Let the palms of brilliance flower upon our island. We shall eat of their fruit and be glad. But for me the lustrous water of the great ablution is dissolving of the soul in the resounding abyss. I have a little son like a wanton goat. My daughter is like an unfledged edgelet, and they shall get them fins, that they may swim. That they may swim, O my beloved, swim in far of the warm of honey of thy being, O blessed, O boy of beatitude. This heart of mine is girt about the serpent that devoured his own coils. When there shall be an end, O my darling, when shall the universe and the Lord therefore be utterly swallowed up? Nay, who shall devour the infinite? Who shall undo the wrong of the beginning? You cry like a white cat upon the roof of the universe, and there's none to answer you. You are like a lonely pillar in the midst of a sea. There's none to behold you, and you would behold all. You did faint, you did fail, you did scribe, you cried a desolate voice, but I have filled you with a wine whose Savior you knowest not. It shall avail to me the drunkenness of the people of the old great sphere that rose is infinite, far off. They shall lap the wine as dogs that lap the blood of the beautiful courtesan pierced by the sphere of the swift rider to the city. I too am the soul of a desert. You shall seek me again in the wilderness of a sand. At your right hand a great lord and comely, at your left hand a woman clad in gossamer and gold, and having the stars in her hair. You shall journey far into a long of pestilence and evil. You shall encamp a river of foolish cities forgotten, and there shall meet with me. There I will have my habitation. As for bridal, I will become bedecked and anointed. There shall consummation be accomplished. O my darling, I also wait for the brilliance of the hour ineffable, when the universe shall be like a girdle of the midst of the ray of our love, extending beyond the permitted end of the endless one. Then, O your heart, will I, the serpent, eat you wholly up. I will eat you wholly up. Last chapter. Oh my god. Last chapter, guys. We are almost done. We have, I want to say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 5 pages left. But I want you guys to ruminate on what we've done, what we have practiced so far, what we have covered, what we have reviewed, what we have experienced, and what we have seen from this book. No problem, Green Giant. We're on the last chapter. We're on the last chapter. So thank you for staying. Thank you for staying, and thank you for being around for the whole stream. But we're on the last 5 pages. Thanks for staying around. But oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Ah, my lord Adonai, that Dallas with the majesty of a treasure house of pearls, let me listen to the echo of your kisses. Is not the starry heaven shaken as a leaf as the tremulous rapture of your love? Am I not the flying spark of light whirled away by the great wind of your perfection? Yea, cried the Holy One, and from the spark will I, the Lord, kindle a great light. I will burn through the great city in the old and desolate land. I will cleanse it from its great impurity. And you, O prophet, shall see these things, and you shall heed them not. Now is the pillar established in the void. Now is the Asai fulfilled by Asar. Now is the whore let down, the animal full of all things, like a fiery star that falls upon the darkness of the earth. Through the midnight you are dropped, O my child, my conqueror, my sword-girt captain, O whore, and they shall find thee as a black Nile glittering stone, and they shall worship you. My prophet shall prophesy concerning you. Around you the maidens shall dance, and bright babes be born unto them. You shall inspire the proud ones with infinite pride, and the humble ones with the ecstasy of abasement, and all this transcends shall the known and the unknown, with somewhat that has no name, for it is the abyss of the arcanum that is open in the secret place of silence. You have come hither, O my prophet, through the grave path. You have eaten during the abominable ones. You have prostrated thyself before the goat and of the crocodile, and the evil men have made you a plaything. You have wandered as a painted harlot, ravishing with sweet scent and Chinese coloring. In the streets you have darkened your eye pits with coal. Thus you have tinted your lips with vermilion. You have plastered your cheeks with ivory enamels. You have played with the wanton of every gate of your by great city. The men of the city have lusted after you to abuse you and to beat you. They have mouthed the golden spangles of fire, whereas you did beck their hair. They have scourged the plaintive flesh of you with their whips, who have suffered unspeakable things. But I have burnt within you as a pure flame without oil. In the midnight I was brighter than the moon. In the daytime I exceeded utterly the sun. In the byways of being I flame and dispelled the illusion. Therefore you are wholly pure before me. Therefore you are my virgin unto eternity. Therefore I love you with surpassing love. Therefore that despise you shall adore you. You shall be lovely and pitiful towards them. You shall heal them of their unutterable evil. Unutterable evil. Alright, 4 more pages, guys. 4 more pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 more pages. 4 more pages. We're almost done, guys. I promise. We're almost done. I promise. Bye. They shall change into destruction, even as 2 dark stars that crash together in her abyss and blaze up in an infinite burning. All this while Adonai did pierce my being in his sword that had 4 blades, that the blade of the thunderbolt, the blade of the pylon, the blade of the serpent, and the blade of the phallus. Also he taught me the holy honorable words Ararita, that I melted the 6-fold gold into a single invisible point, whereof not may be spoken. For the majesty of this open is a secret majesty, and the sign of master thereof is a certain ring of lapis lazuli, with the name of my masters, who admired the eye of the midst thereof. Also he spoke and said, This is a secret sign, and you shall not disclose it unto the profane, nor unto the neophyte, nor unto the zealter, nor unto the practices unto the philosophers, or unto a lesser adept, or unto all to the greater depth. But unto the exempt adept you shall disclose yourself if you have need of him, and lesser operations of your art. Except the worship of the foolish people whom you hatest, the fire is the incest that adore the queen of the night. You shall dwell among the people as a precious diamond among cloudy diamonds and crystals and pieces of glass. Only the eye of the just merchant shall behold thee, and pledging his hand shall single you out and glorify you before all men. But you shall heed none of this. You shall be ever the heart, and I, the serpent, will coil about thee. My coil shall never relax throughout the aeons, neither change nor sorrow nor unsubstantially shall have you, for you are past beyond all these. Even as the diamond shall glow red for you, for the rose, and green for the rose leaf, so shall you abide from the impressions. I am you, the pillar is established to the void, and you are beyond the stabilities of being and consciousness and bliss, for I am you and the pillar established in the void. Also you shall discourse these things unto the man that writeth them, and you shall partake of them as a sacrament. For I am you and he, and the pillar established in the void. From the crown into the abyss, so goeth single and erect. Also limitless fear shall glow the brilliance thereof. You shall rejoice in the pools of adorable water. You shall bedeck your damsels with the peers of fecundity, and shall light your flame in licking tongues of liquor of the gods between the pools. Also you shall convert all sweeping airs into the winds of pure water, and you shall transmute the earth into a blue abyss of wine. Alright, 3 more pages, guys. 3 more pages. We did it, guys. We freaking did it. 3 more pages. And then we're almost done. Almost done, guys. 3 more pages. Bye. Ready are the gleams of ruby and gold that sparkles therein. One drop shall intoxicate the Lord God's my servant. Also Adonai spoke unto the adept, saying, O my little one, my tender one, my little amorous one, my gazelle, my beautiful, my boy, let us fill up the pillar of the infinite with an infinite kiss. So that the stable was shaken and the unstable became still. But they beheld it, cried with a formal affright, the end of things is come upon us, and it was even so. Also I was in the spirit vision, and beheld a very parasitical pomp of atheists, coupled by two in the supernal ecstasy of the stars. They did laugh and rejoice exceedingly, being clad in purple robes and drunken with purple wine, and the whole soul was one purple flower flame of holiness. They beheld not God, they beheld not the image of God, therefore would they rise to the palace of the splendor ineffable. A sharp soul sun out before them, and the worm hope arrive in death agony under their feet. Even as their rapture shore asunder the visible hope, so as to the fear invisible fled away was there no more. O you that are beyond Ormuzdi and Arimans, blessed are you unto the ages. They shape doubt as sickle, and reap the flower of faith for their garlands. They shape ecstasy as the spear, and pierce the ancient dragons that sat upon the stagnant water. Then the fresh springs were unloosed, but the folks athirst might be at ease. And again I was caught up in the presence of the Lord Adonai, and the knowledge of the conversation of the Holy One, the angel that guards me. O Holy One, Exalted One, self beyond self, the self-luminous image of the unimaginable not, O my darling, my beautiful, come you forth and follow me. Adonai, divine Adonai, let initiate refulgent dalliance. Thus I consume the name of her name that inspired my rapture, the scent of whose body bewildereth in the soul, the light of whose abaseth the body into the beast. I have sucked out the blood with my lips, I have drained her beauty of its sustenance, I have abased her before me, I have mastered her, I have possessed her, and her life is within me. In her blood I have inscribed the most riddles of the Sphinx of God, but none shall understand, save only the pure and voluptuous, the chaste and the obscene, the androgyne and the gymander, that have passed beyond the bars of the prison that the old slime of Chem set up in the gates of Amenti. Last 2 pages. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream, by the way, but last 2 pages. Oh my adorable, my delicious one. All night while I pour out the libation on your altars, all night while I burn the sacrifice of blood, all night while I swing the thurible of my delight before you, and the fervor of horizon shall intoxicate your nostrils. O you who comest from the land of elephant, girt about with the tiger's pell, and garlanded with the lotus of spirit, you inebriate my life with your madness, that she leap at my passing. My gosh, your dog. But bid the maidens who follow you bestrew us bedflowers of immortal, that we may take our pleasure thereupon. Bid your satyrs heap thorns among the flowers, that we may take our plan therein. Let the pleasure and pain be mingled in one supreme offering unto the Lord Adonai. Also I heard the voice of Adonai and the Lord and the desirable one concerning that which is beyond. Let not the dwellers in Tobiah and the temples thereof pray ever be of the pillars of Hercules and the ocean of the west. It is not then the Nile of beautiful water. Let not the priest of Isis uncover the nakedness of Nuit, for every step is a death and a birth. The priest of Isis lifted the veil of Isis and was slain by the kisses of her mouth, that she was the priest of Nuit and drank the milk of the stars. Let not the failure and pain turn aside the worshippers. The foundations of the pyramid were hewn in the living rock ere sunset, that the king wept at dawn, and the crown of the pyramid was as yet a square in the distant land. There was also a hummingbird that spoke onto the horned carousels and prayed for his poison, and the great king of Kem, the Holy One, the royal Uriah serpent, answered him and said, I sailed over the sky of Nu in the cars of the millions of years. I saw not any creature upon Seb that was equal to me. The venom of my fang is the inheritance of my father, and of my father's father. How shall I give it unto you? Live you and my children, and I my fathers have lived, and even 100 million of generations. It may be that the mercy of the mighty ones may bestow my children on the top of the prison of old. Then the hummingbird was afflicted in the spirit, and he flew onto the flowers, and it was not that he bespoken between them, yet in a little while the serpent struck them that he died. But an ibis that met upon the bank of the Nile, that the beautiful God listened and heard, and he laid in his ibis ways, and became a serpent, laying peradventure, and 100 millions of billions of generations, they shall attain to drop of the poison of the fang of the exalted one. And behold, where the moon waxed thrice become a Uriah serpent, and the poison of the fang was established in him, and a seed for even ever and ever. Last page, you guys ready? O you serpent of Pep, my lord Adonai, it is the speck of the minutest time, was traveling to eternity, and in it your sight the landmarks are fair, white marble untouched by the tool of the graver. Therefore you are mine, even now forever and ever, everlasting. Amen. Moreover, I heard the voice of Adonai say, seal up the book for the heart and the serpent. In the number 5 and 60, seal you the holy book. And what's up, Rafe? We're just about to end the stream. We're just about to finish the last few parts of it. As the great stones that are cemented together into the pyramid of ceremony of the death of Asar, so do bind together the words of the deeds, so that in all you thought of mine delight Adonai. And I answered and said, it is done even according to your word, and it was done that you may read the book and debated there in passing into the desolate land of barren words, and that they sealed up the book into their blood, and the chosen of Adonai, and the thought of Adonai was the word indeed, and they emboldened the land of far off travelers called not. O land beyond honey and spice and all perfection, I will dwell therein with my Lord forever. And the Lord Adonai delighteth unto me, and I bear the cup of gladness unto the weary ones of the gold great land. But they that drink thereof are smitten of disease, the abomination has hold unto them, their torment is like the thick black smoke of the evil abode. But the chosen ones drank thereof, and became even as my Lord, my beautiful and desirable one. There is no wine like unto his wine. They gathered him into a gathering glowing heart, as Ra gathered his clouds about him, and vented into a multitude of joy. The snake that is the crown of Ra bindeth him with the gold girdle of the death kisses. So also it is the end of the book, and the Lord Adonai is about on all sides to lie a thunderbolt, and a pylon and a snake and a phallus, and in the midst of therein he is a woman that jetteth out the milk of the stars to her paps, yet the milk of the star of her paps. Give me a second. That is the book. Oh my god, that was a very, very long, not necessarily grueling, but very extensive stream, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you to Green Giant. Shout out to Green Giant for popping into the stream. She watched it for the entire duration. That is just unbelievable. That is just like wow, it's mind blowing. But that is the stream, everybody. Woot woot! Welcome everybody, and sorry, welcome. Thank you everybody for pulling up to the stream. Thank you everybody to for abiding by the stream rules, and thank you to everybody for GG. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. That was amazing. I'm gonna get a lot done. I'm gonna get a lot done hopefully by the end of this week. But yeah, guys, this week was amazing. Amazing week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being a part of the stream. Thank you so much for being into the community and stuff like that. When is the next one? Tuesday or Wednesday. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday. But either or, we're going to have a lot more time to plan the next stream. Uh, you missed it. It's okay. It's okay. There'll be more to come. There'll be more to come. I just wanted to get this book out of the way. I finished 2 books to stream. What time? If you're on Eastern Standard Time, it should be 9:4. If it perhaps might be 9:41 for you. If it's 9:41 for you right now, it'll be around 8. It'll be around 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time, either Tuesday or Wednesday. Yo, we're getting a lot of love in the chat right now, guys. Thank you guys so much for pulling up to the stream, having fun. We finished 2 books in the stream, guys. We finished 2 books. We finished 2 books. 2 full books. We finished Libra 65 and we finished the Tao Te Ching all in one stream. And less than 200 minutes we finished 2 books. Think about that, guys. In 200 minutes we finished 2 books. Reading 2 books in 200 minutes. That has been my personal challenge this week, guys. Done. I finished reading 2 books in 200 minutes and I feel okay, yeah. Nice. I had so much fun watching finishing the stream and doing the stream for you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to break off the stream at the 200-minute mark. Yeah, you can see it still. It'll upload to the channel pretty sure sometime soon. But yeah. We are done the stream. Thank you guys so much for being a part of what we experienced today. What are we gonna do for the last 60 seconds? We're just gonna chill. No, because I'm not American. Also, I don't have Cash App or anything like that. So, yeah. I'm not American. $20 will cost me a lot Canadian. Also, $20 in this economy, bro, is crazy. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. 2 books in 200 minutes. That is the name of the game today. That was the name of the game today. But we read 2 books in 200 minutes. I think it was a time well spent, honestly. I think it was a time well spent. So, thanks, guys. Peace out. Peace!